I'm Alex. This is Code Along with Alex, and today we're going to parse a URL from a string to our URL type with Rust. So we're going to start out with creating a new cargo project, and then we'll do a little reading, and then get right into coding. So let me wake up my sleeping Bluetooth keyboard, create a cargo project called parse URL. Yeah, we'll just call it parse URL. That should be unique enough. All right, and let's change into that directory. And we will now do a little reading, get right into coding. So the parse method from the URL crate creates or validates and parses a string into our URL struct. And so the sentence I just read out alludes to the crate we're using today, the URL crate. And so the input string may be malformed, so the method returns a result URL and parse error. Cool. So you'll see what that means very shortly. And then once the URL has been parsed, it can be used with all of the methods in the URL type. Let me get a reference URL real quick. Perfect. So we've got our cargo.toml, and let's add the URL crate as a dependency. And we're using version 3.2.1 or 2.3.1, excuse me. Next, and so we save that. Next, let's go to the main.rs and get right into it. So we'll do a use statement at the very top, bring in the URL crate, specifically URL and parse error. Okay, next we'll go right into the main function body, and let's actually add a return type, which will be results. Parse error, like I mentioned earlier. Awesome. So now let me add a couple new lines above the println macro. So to start, let's create a string variable called s, which will be our URL. So I'm using the graph protocol hosted network or hosted subgraph for the Gurley test network for the network subgraph. How many times did I just say network? But that is the string that we're using for our URL. Let's now parse it. So let parsed equals URL parse and then s. Okay. And now let's update our println statement. The path part of the URL is, and then parsed dot path. And then to finish it off, a nice okay. Let's save this and do cargo run. We're installing the URL crate, compiling our code, and then we should be getting our parsed path. And you can see the URL, or the path part of the URL, is shown here. So what are the other fields or attributes for the URL struct? Base one? We're going off script here. parse.b. It's not auto completing. Parse dot. Path host or domain. Let's try that. Domain. Okay, yeah, I didn't like that. Let's try that with. It doesn't like the. It needs a debug format, I think. Let's try that again. Nice. Cool. So we're slowly kind of targeting into the different aspects of the URL. Cool. And then what about host? Okay. So you can just kind of target different aspects of the URL. Nothing wild. Hope you got a little out of this quick session of Code Along with Alex. I'm Alex. This was parsing a URL with Rust. See you next time.